Okay, thank you for joining us today on this video. We're going to show you guys how to sign up on DragonFly in order to put in your student athletes physical in order for them to be eligible to compete here at El Dorado High School. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to eldorado.aps.edu. Once we're there, we're going to head on over to athletics. I'm going to click on this tab right here, and it's going to take us to this page. We're going to scroll down. Right here where it says DragonFly sign up, we're going to click on that, and it should take us right here. And we're going to click Get Started here in a second. There we go. This is where if you guys already have an account, you guys can click Log In. If you don't, you guys are going to click Sign Up for free, and it'll take you right here where you guys can go ahead and start filling out your information to get started. So I've already gone ahead and made an account. So we're over here. So I've already started some things. So once you create the account, it's actually going to look like this. It's going to ask for you to start putting in your student athlete's name. And for this one, we're just going to put Truckin'. And we're just going to make up a name real quick. Truckin' T Sizzle. And then we're going to pick the state. We're in New Mexico. And then from there, it's going to ask for us what high school our student athlete is at, El Dorado. They're going to join El Dorado. If you're doing this for want to make sure you're clicking the correct school year. Otherwise, we won't be able to find you, and it'll take a little bit longer for us to get you registered and signed up. So if you're doing it for 22, 23, you'll click that. If it's for 23, 24, you'll click that. 22, 23, we'll say baseball freshman. We can add baseball, and there we go. We see all our information right there. I'm going to go ahead and click cancel because I've already done all this stuff. And we're going to click on Truckin'. We're going to take a look at their details real quick. So after we got our account set up, it's going to look a little bit like this. So we see our little pie chart with 80%, meaning we're 80% cleared in order to compete. And then we have our contact info, medical info, and everything like that. So we're going to click on the pie chart. The first thing you're going to have to do when you guys are signing up for your student athlete is you're going to put in your medical and demographic info. So that's going to be the student athlete's contact info. So for this one, it's Truckin' Eagle. His nickname's T-Sizzle. You guys can put grade, gender, date of birth, phone number, student athlete contact information, everything like that. And then this is a very important section, parents and emergency contacts. This is how, if coaches or myself need to get a hold of you guys because we need to update you on your student athlete. We want to make sure we have that information so we can get that going. Here, you guys will see insurance. Now, for APS, for us, what we really need is just the insurance company. We don't really need the policy number, group number, primary card holder, because we're not going to be El Dorado Sports Medicine is not going to be doing any billing of your insurance information. If you do not have medical insurance, we just ask you please make sure to click this box just so that we know if anything happens that we can kind of lead you in the right direction of using our APS secondary insurance policy that they pulled out. After you put in the insurance information, real quick, if it won't let you advance forward unless you fill out these sections. So if you don't want to put anything in there, if you're like, I'm just trying to go quickly, I'm just trying to put the insurance company because that's what we need, you can put just placeholders, kind of like what I did with just 9s in there, and then the images are just optional. For general info, we're looking for, this is kind of where we're screening to see if there's any pre-existing conditions that we need to know about. In this case, we click, yes, they have some allergies, and then we specifically put Tylenol, peanuts, and bees. That's really important because we know, hey, for a student athlete eats peanuts and they go in an allergic reaction. They're like, hey, why did this happen? We know, well, they had peanuts or something like that. And then all the other questions we have through here. Date of last physical, that should be the date that the doctor signed in on that page. Right here where it says upload physical, that's where we're going to put the doctor's page that they signed in just that page. And then everything else through here is optional. Heart health, more questions. We're just doing some more screening to make sure everything's okay. Bone and joint, same thing. We're just filling out. Right here we put for trucking, they had a right ankle sprain in 2019. Then we have some more medical questions, pretty standard questions running through. For trucking, we also put, yes, mom and dad have sickle cell trait. That's really important for us to know. And then we'll click done. And once we're done with a section and it's been completed fully, what you guys will see is two things. Once this loads, what you guys are going to see is the pie chart is going to go up a percentage. So it's going to start filling out. And you guys are going to see the little square that we clicked next to. The little square that we clicked next to is going to turn green. Once again, there we go. So for right now, we see it's green, it's done. The next thing we would need to do would be our electronic signature agreement. This allows us to complete everything electronically. So what you guys are going to see whenever we're filling out this information, there always is going to be an option to fill out electronically. So whenever you guys have that option, we want you guys to click on it because this is what it's going to look like. Where you just got to put in the student athlete's name, Truckin' Eagle. We're going to read through all the information, click accept, and then name of the parent and or legal guardian. And then once we're done, we're going to click sign and complete. If we get that green check, that means we completed everything. And whenever we fill out something electronically, it automatically approves it. So that way, administrator, myself, or anyone else doesn't have to approve it. So you guys can go quickly. So for each one of these, we can do it, right? So for consent to treat form, we get the option to fill out electronically once it loads. There we go. Fill out another copy electronically since I've already done it. And consent to treat form. So let's say I'm going quickly and I forgot to put the school name in there. But I do everything else. Say I forget to put the school name right there as well. And we have the parent sign. And the student athlete sign. Let's say, okay, I'm just trying to go through quickly and I try and click sign and complete. And you guys saw I did not put the school name. There are two fields that I haven't filled out. So it won't let you sign and complete anything unless it's done correctly, which is really good because it's going to cut down on any errors that we may have when we're signing, completing this, which makes the process a lot easier. So now I put the school name in and it populated down here because this should be the same school. Sign and complete, boom, there we go. So like I said, all these forms can be done electronically. The ones that can't is going to be the PPE physical examination form. This page right here is going to be the doctor's page that the doctor signs that has them checking through all their bone and joint and everything, making sure everything's good and that the doctor should be signing and dating, stating that our student athlete is cleared, partially cleared, some restrictions. And once it pulls up, I'll show you guys what it should look like for a correct physical to be uploaded. So this is uploaded and I approved it already on 131. So if I go over here to print, you guys are going to see the option. So this is our pre-participation physical evaluation form. So we have the student athlete's name at the top, which is obviously important because we need to know which student athlete this goes to. We have height, blood pressure, and the doctor's office should be filling out all this stuff. And then we see that the doctor marked everything's normal, no abnormal findings. We see that they checked medically eligible for all sports without restriction. And then we see the name of healthcare professional. It's Dr. Nick Riviera, MD. The date the physical was done was July 1st, 2022, which means this physical is good for the 22-23 school year. Here's the signature of Dr. Nick Riviera. In order for a physical to be good for a school year, let's say the 22-23 school year, in order for a physical to be good for the 22-23 school year, it needs to be dated on or after April 1st, 2022. So for the 23-24 school year, a physical that's dated on or after April 1st, 2023 is good for the 23-24 school year. Those are the rules that APS and NMA wants us following in order for student athletes to be cleared. And they have to get a physical every year that they are participating in athletics. So let's say a form was submitted and it was rejected. Let's say there was something wrong with it or something was missing. If that happens, you guys are going to see right here, a little red line says needs redone, not, and there's going to be an explanation from whoever rejected it and why it was rejected. So for this one, it needs to be redone. It was not an NFHS concussion for student certificate with a student athlete's name on it. So if we click over here for the NFHS certificate, if I click on import from NFHS Learn, I can click and put in the email address that was used for the NFHS class, and I can automatically import it. It will sync up with that, but it has to be the email address that was used for the class. So using the same email would be probably a good idea. But if I take a look at what this form was, why we can see that this is a Microsoft Paint thing that was written out, concussion for students, NFHS, Truck and Eagle. This is obviously not the real certificate, so that's why it's rejected, and that's why we put needs to be redone, not an NFHS concussion for students certificate. For the life of an athlete, we can also see, hey, it's not a life of an athlete certificate. So if I click here, we'll see it again right there. Boom, it was a Microsoft Paint. It was a Microsoft Paint deal. So as you guys complete all these, that bar gets filled out. We can see there's two things remaining, which is the NFHS concussion for students and life of an athlete. And once we get those in, it'll be all green and everything will be good to go. If we come back over here, what you guys will see on your hub as well, while you guys are filling everything out, is you guys are going to see this section once it's fully loaded. Here we go. We're going to see this section right here, needs a new physical. Or student athletes physical. That's where we're going to put in the doctor's page. We can put the doctor's page in here as well. I don't know why DragonFly has it twice. We're going to see if we can clean that up a little bit. But for right now, that's where we want it. It needs to be uploaded on here in this section as well in order to be approved. I don't know why it's doubled in between those two sections, but with a new system and us learning and kind of learning on the fly a little bit, we'll see if we can clean it up and streamline it a little bit more. But it should be that just the doctor's page, not the whole entire paper packet. Just the physical examination form should be in this section. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach on out to myself, and we can hopefully get everything done as quickly as possible. Coaches should have my contact information. We'll be posting this and directing student athletes and parents over to this. But if you guys need some additional help, don't hesitate to reach on out. And we hope you guys enjoy your time here at El Dorado High School.